older people are the source of investment for any country. Dear Honorable, I would like to focus why I am asking this question, because this question brings another global issues. Yes, of course, I'm talking about the population aging, and that would be another great challenge for the upcoming years. Maybe you are asking that why is the population aging is a focus for our country for in around the globe. So I will try to discuss a little bit regarding the population aging. Before that, I would like to introduce so that I am Ambassador Nur Ahmed. I am from Bangladesh and I am the international speaker, moderator, educator, peace ambassador, SDC ambassador, and most importantly, I am the humanitarian activist. So let's start it. So what is population aging? Population is all about when the people live longer, we have fewer children, and the percentage of a proportion of population aging is increasing. We may call the population aging. I'd like to focus that maybe most of the country, even some of the lower income or middle income countries, the people whose age is over 60, they call a burden, somewhat call for they are not that much productive for any nation, and some other vice versa is going on. So, dear Honorable, I would like to focus some key information regarding the population aging. In 2022, 727 million people around the world whose age is 60 or older. Even if you continue the between the 2015 to 2050, the older or 60 years old or older people will increase double in within 50 years. This is a great alarming thing if you are considered as a negative thing. And in 2050, that we can understand that 80% of old people or senior citizens, they will live in lower and middle income countries. This is definitely a global issue for all the lower and middle income countries people. The Honorable, we have to consider that this is a global issue and we have to focus how can global issues need to be carried out with some positive impact in return. Maybe you were asking that for population aging, what kind of negative things or positive things are happening? So let's get started with some impact that population aging in our and in any country. Number one, that is change for the healthcare and social security system. Mainly focus if the people, so most of the percentage people ages over 60, they gradually actually on an usual they have been suffering a lot of health issues. For this condition, they have to invest more money in health sector, and most of the lower and middle income people, then they are not able to get that proper treatment. If you consider some of the developed country, government are taking care of the health issues with health insurance and some other benefits, and that's the reason government also have to give more subsidiary for the health sector for ensuring the health security for all the people who's the so-called senior citizen. The Honorable, there's a lot of impact in our society. If we consider that if the people ages, will live longer than us, even if the younger people are declining with the number of people whose age is 60 is increasing, we can't find the proper and productive worker in our economy. Because the economy, for the continuous growth of the economy, we have to be more faster, more economics, sound knowledge, more have a lot of empowering power in our health issues and some other things. But if you think that most of the health issues are not that much support, and most of the people who are living over 60, so how can you get the productive employee in number? This will be another trait for any nation for the if you consider the economic perspective. Yes, of course, the family structure going to be changed. Like most of the, if you consider that our senior citizens are older, they are going older and older. We have few kids. They are that much. Actually, the kids are not that much supportive. That won't be supportive because they are not that much in number. They are not that much efficient because the older people are increasing drastically in that in any nation. Even if the senior citizens sustain, if the family structure with have the senior citizen, all the family structure is going to be the traditional form because you know the our senior citizen and the people who age is over 60, the life to live their traditional based lifestyle, so can't even adjust the nowadays the trends of lifestyle with the traditional lifestyle. And of course, that will be the enlargement demand for the senior citizen or age-related services on product. That would be a positive sign because some positive business sector can be open because if the age people are increasing, most of the age-related product need to be introduced, need to be flagged out in our community, in our society. So that is a positive impact for any nation. And yes, of course, increase the dependency ratio. The honorable, if the senior citizen are increasing, so definitely after age, after 60 or 70, they are more dependent with their children because number of children are not that much to capable to handle their all the senior citizens. So that would be focused that more dependency ratio will increase. So we have to consider these are the impactful challenges of having our 60 over 60 years age period. They're honorable. Don't think about some negative thing. Don't think about the negative impact in the upcoming years. Try to return and try to actually flag out the positive things from the negative impacts. So now I'm going to focus that what will be some positive impact if you have the population aging in your country. Number one, I would like to focus longer lifespan. Before my father, my mother, thinking about that he or she lived only the 50 years for their life. They're actually planning for themselves for 50 years lifespan. And that's the reason they sacrifice some of the things of their own interest. They're thinking about their family. They're thinking about to be a healthy family life and some other things. But right now, the longer lifespan gives some more important opportunities for all the aged people. They can have the more opportunities to explore. They can have the more opportunities to learn. They can have the more opportunities to break all the barriers in our society for any negative things and raise their voice against those. And of course, I would like to focus that increase educational attainment of the honorable. Think about it. If you have 80 years age, after 60, you try to retire with your work. Now you are thinking that if I will actually exist in 80 years, so I have to have do some study. They have a lot of opportunities to do their educational things. They can even continue their educational things in their near within their time. Even they can have more efficient thing as their lifestyle. The Honorable, this is all about the learning opportunities of having longer lifespan. I'm also focused that if we consider that we have deeper family bonding nowadays in developed country or in developing country, we are actually experiencing the bad impact of family bonding. We can able to think that family bonding are not perfectly actually attained in some developed countries because they are feeling so much self-dependent. But if you consider the South Asian countries like Bangladesh, India, and some other countries, they are still having some family bondings. Think about it. If you the people population aging happening in your country, I do believe that you will have the deeper family bondings where everyone work together and everyone think together, everyone laugh together. Yes, everyone actually celebrate their victory together and so many things. So we have to think this is very positive thing of having population aging in your country. Yes, of course, we have strong emphasis on our experience sector. Think about it. Sometimes when we are considering some director, we have to appoint some manager, even we are appointing some advocacy manager, advocacy director, and some other things. We are actually considering the most experienced person, right? But after retirement, we are not actually considering those experienced person anymore. But think about it. If your country having population aging sector, you can able to think that it would be another great asset for you and for your country to having population aging because they have a lot of experience. They can share your experience. They can give some positive information, positive vibes that will definitely help to overcome any challenges to do an ultimate victory, ultimate achievement in your organization or business, even in your country development. So, of course, this is a very positive thing. And as I said earlier, that if you consider population aging is a source of inspiration, motivation for younger generation because most of the young youth don't get the positive way or possibility uh, factors, opportunities to prove themselves, prove their own ability, capability, and some other things. But if we actually utilize the our senior citizen and whose age over 60, their experience, I do believe their motivation, their inspiration will definitely work to have a productive community, productive country, as well as productive world. And yes, if your nation have more population aging, so don't think about it. They will retire at 50 years or 60 years. They will definitely continue their job. And we can see the most of the age people. I mean, we will able to see the most people will be employed in their sector, so they can have to have that much knowledge to invest themselves for the community and economic development. The Honorable, if we consider that, think about it in your family or in your nation, in your community, in your country, all the senior citizens have a lot of savings, a lot of assets and background. So if your nation have the population aging problem, but this is not a problem, this is an issue. Think about it. You can utilize the senior citizen asset, even they can invest some asset for the economic development and for the business development and some other things. So definitely we can utilize the our economic perspective. But also we can have to think that we can also consider that the people whose age is over 60, they have more courage, more interest of saving the account or saving the money. But most of the younger generation, actually, they are not considered this as the key factors of their life. So this would be another positive impact for every single person. I'd like to focus one more thing that we have, uh, yes, that we have to think about earlier inheritance. So what is this? When people are thinking that we are our parents are actually thinking that after his or her death, they will actually segregate all their assets towards their children. Think about it. If people aging is if increasing, if the earlier or the senior citizen, they can do some earlier inheritance for their life, for their children, for their community. I do believe something positive will definitely uh, will introduce for every single people. Because if we are thinking that our background or our father, mother, they have asset, but we can't utilize our asset in the proper manner. We have to have converted our asset to our son, our daughter, and they also do the same. But proper utilization of asset that would be happen would be proper utilized by aging. I mean, the by senior citizen improvement. The honorable. Let me talk about in nutshell. If you consider that population aging, that population definitely the pace of population aging is faster than the past right now. But if we consider that we have the population and the population whose age is over 60, and if you consider the senior citizen, they are the true asset of any country because they have the strength, they have the experience to make sustainable development for their country, for their community, even around the world. They have the more experience to make the innovation power to make all the youth involvement for all the national involvement for sustainable world. They have more power, more things to consider some sustainable policy for their country as well as for the world. So don't think about the negative things, think about positive because positive things are many and numerous things. So don't consider the negative thing mostly. But you have to consider that what will be the your step for your country because this is would be another great and global issues for the near future. So I guess you have understand what will be the impact of population aging in any country, what will be the positive impact, and what will be the negative impact. But in the nutshell or in conclusion, we have to believe on our own world. We have to believe on our peaceful world to have sustainable development, to achieve the sustainable development for the near future. And of course, we will be able to do that, inshallah, by 2030. So be together and think positive and try to do something for your nation that will ultimately impact in the global phenomenon. Thank you so much, dear Honorable, and thank you so much, all of you, whoever are watching me and hearing me with patience. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Most welcome.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Rajat. It's okay. It's okay. It's always elated to, Yes, yes, yes. Please, 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 please.